We are continuing to learn the laws of Shabbat and candle lighting. What are the types of candles and wicks or oils that you can use when lighting Shabbat candles? Paraffin candles, wax candles, or clear burning oil lamps may all be used for hadlakat nerot Shabbat. You can use wax, you can use oil, you can use seed oils. It doesn't matter. Hazon Avadia in Shabbat brings down, states that most oils, even cottonseed oil, canola oil, and others like them, which do not have a bad smell and burn well, may be used for hadlakat nerot. He's particular that it doesn't smell bad, because the purpose of the Shabbat candles is to enjoy from the light. So if you're going to have oil that has a bad riha or something not nice, you're not supposed to use that for Shabbat. When using wax candles, one should not put them too close together. You should separate them when you're doing them, since they will melt faster or even bend and fall over as a result of each other's heat extinguishing them before one can benefit from the light coming out of them. One may use a wax candle that has several wicks. If you notice, sometimes from the Havdalah candles, they have 2 or 3 wicks on that. Let's say you only have that on Shabbat. Can you use it? It's okay to use that on Shabbat, provided that they are all combined to make one single flame from the candle, and is large enough that it will last until the evening time. A lot of times when you have the multiple wicks on the candle, it usually will burn much faster, as you see from the Havdalah candles. So you just have to be careful that it will last from the time you light it till you come back from shul, and you eat the meal. Preferably, one should use olive oil for hadlakat nerot, if you are able to. One who is meticulous to light with olive oil merits to see their children become Talmidei Chachamim. So it's an easy segula. Get yourself olive oil, and you have yourself a segula that your children will follow in Torah mitzvot. Others state that one will merit a long life. So if your wife lights with olive oil, they have arichut yamim v'shanim. However, other oils such as cottonseed oil or canola oil may also be used for the hadlakat nerot, especially if the oil burns very clearly. The Yalkut Yosef brings down and Halacha Berura that several Hachamim who specifically lit the Shabbat candles with oil or wax, and that it is better to light with a brighter burning oil instead of using olive oil. So Halacha Berura brings down, let's say you have an oil that's, I don't know, maybe palm oil or another seed oil, but you know when you light with this oil, it brings a beautiful clear light on Shabbat. It might be even better than lighting with olive oil. It should be noted that there were many research done on the olive oil that's sold today, and for the most part, even though it's written extra virgin olive oil, the labeling is more often than not inaccurate. And from a lot of the research, many times the olive oil that we see that's 100% olive oil is sometimes not even 30 or 40% actual olive oil, and they are permitted to mix with it. So if you take the Halacha Berura's advice, find the oil that lights the best for Shabbat. Even oils that are not fit for consumption may be used for hadlakat nerot, such as oils, they do not even have to be kosher. Let's say you're in a place that doesn't have olive oil that's kosher with kashrut. You can buy any oil you want, as long as you know it's going to light well, and until you return back, it's not a problem. It does not have to be kosher, provided that they are not prohibited to be benefited according to halacha. What does that mean? You have to make sure that you're not using an oil that might be for avodah zarah or for something of that nature. Avodah zarah does exist today. I know many people say, this stuff is from back then. No, there are many, many people and nations that still observe avodah zarah till today. Candles that are normally set aside to be used for non-Jewish idol worship may be used b'hadakat nerot Shabbat as long as they have not been used for the purpose of worship. So what does that mean? Let's say there is oil that's going to be used for avodah zarah, but not yet used. They intended, but never used it. It would be permitted. But if you know that they actually did use it, or some part of the oil was used, you cannot use that oil. One should not use oil that is spoiled, or if something repulsive fell into the oil. I don't know, let's say if some food fell into the oil and it's disgusting to him, he doesn't like it, it's not going to be nice for him on Shabbat, you should not use that oil. Oil that was left under somebody's bed should preferably not be used unless no other oil is available. And a side note to that, you should not put anything under your bed. No food and anything of that nature. But let's say for some reason, I don't know, the olive oil bottle was under the bed. In that case, it's preferably not to use it unless that's the only oil that you have. One may not use oil that is prohibited from benefits, such as orla oil. What's orla? When you plant a fruit tree, you have 3 years plus 1, because in the 4th year you may have bikurim. So 3 years you cannot use from the olive that are coming out. In that case, you cannot use from the orla in order to light for Shabbat candles. Oil that is made with fruits or vegetables that have the holiness of Shevi'it may be used for Hadlakat Nerot. The year Shemitah in Israel, let's say they took from the produce and they made an oil. In that case, from Shevi'it, it would be permitted. If one cannot light candles, such as if someone's in a hotel or a hospital for Shabbat, according to many Sephardic poskim, he may use an electric light to fulfill his obligation, provided that he will benefit from the light on Shabbat. As we spoke about yesterday, LED lights are derabanan. He would still be yotzeh, but preferably if he has an incandescent light, it would always be better. It was brought down by the Hachamim. That's one of the things that Sarah Imenu, what was her custom? She would light on Friday night, and the candles would last until the next Friday night. So you had a full week of having the candles. I remember when we were in Brooklyn, I did a lot of research because I was trying to figure out, is there a solution to actually have the oil last longer? And so we were at home, my son can attest to this, and I must have bought 30 or 40 different bottles of oil. And every Shabbat we would use different oils. I would use different types of wicks, and Baruch Hashem, without using a lot of oil, I was successful having my wife light from Friday until Wednesday. Using regular, we did a lot of things of changing the floaters, the wicks, and different types of the oil. To go to show you, with a little bit effort, it worked. And it was unbelievable. You come down on a Sunday morning, Monday morning, you see the Shabbat candle still lit. Gives a little bit Kiddusha of Shabbat. So with this, you have a couple of new ideas on Hadlakat Nerot. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen v'amen. Rabbi Hananiah ben Akasha omer, Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu,